Okay, welcome to lesson 4. We're moving right along. Quick recap on lesson 3. We learned the 4/4 or cowboy strum, country strum, and it's by hitting your bass note, coming up, strumming down a little harder, and coming up. We learned a couple of golden rules, but these are the important rules, and they're about practice, really wanting you to practice in the morning, noon, and night if you can. Have your guitar out of its case in a stand somewhere where you can grab it, pick it up, even if it's for half a minute or so. Very important, so that you don't skip a day or two, because that day or two that you skip, you have to come back and relearn before you progress. So it's all that extra energy being wasted when you could just keep moving along by practicing every day. The other golden rule was to keep the right hand going no matter what. Keep this strum going. Keep the time going. If you're playing with other people, you just can't stop every time you're playing a song. You want to keep it going. You want to fix things on the fly. And what that means is, if I don't hit that bass note that I want to hit every time, I'm playing the C chord, I'm not going to hit the 5th every time. Especially learning to start out, we're going to hit different notes. It's going to happen, and we're going to get buzzes, and we're going to get all sorts of this stuff coming in. Big deal. Sue me. Let's just keep playing, keep it going. Fixing on the fly means to try to fix it as you're playing. You can move these hands, these fingers around as you're playing. Now I know that seems hard at first, because right now they're leaning on each other for that muscle memory and that. But these fingers right now, when you play the C chord, you're thinking of 3 different things, say. But it's like when you learned how to use a typewriter. At first the word "the" was T-H-E. But then after a while it just becomes one entity, and it's there. And that's exactly how it'll happen with your chords. So today we're going to we're going to learn how to follow and write chord charts. So we learned in the previous lesson that if you wrote 4 G's, that you'll see on your screen right now, that's the equivalent of 4 strum patterns. Let's use the G chord. So it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would be 4 G's written. Or another way of writing it is 1 G and 3 slashes that you see on your screen right now. And that's the way we will continue to write our chord charts. We will use the initial chord that we're using, and then from there on we will use slashes. Now the reason for using chord charts is this. When you're jamming individually by yourself with just you and God, you can hold a chord forever, you can change it, you never have to play the song the same way twice. And good for you and God having fun with that. But when you play with other people, you just can't do that. Or you've got everybody playing a different song and it's sloppy. You need to know when to change. Especially if you've ever in a band situation, the band needs to know when to change. So try to coordinate with chord charts. Learn the song once, channel your energies properly that way, stay with it. You might want to be flexible. If somebody says, well, I usually use 4 extra beats there at the end of that phrase. Well, you can do that, but then stick with it. Channel your energies properly. Okay, we're going to do the chord progression that we see on the screen. It's 4 G's, 4 C's, 4 D's, and 4 G's. So we just repeat that over and over and over. 1, 2, 3, 4. Going to C. 1, 2, 3, 4. D. 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3. Starting all over again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Going to C. Starting over now. 1. So I just want you to repeat that. That chord progression was for a song called Storms Never Last. It'll be on my website. Let's see if we can play it, and I'll sing a little bit with it to give you an idea. 1, 2, 3, 4. Storms never last, do they, baby? Bad times will pass with the wind. Your hand in mine stills the thunder. You make the sun wanna shine. So there's your first song. Okay, let's move into our next song. There's quite a few different chords in this one. It's just not as easy to remember. So sometimes we'll break it up into 2 lines as how you see it on the screen. So let's try this chord progression. 1, 2, 3, 4. what you just played there was Red River Valley. So some songs will start with a couple of words before they start strumming. You'll find that quite often. So we'll take you through the first little bit of that with the singing. From the valley they say you are going. We will miss your bright eyes and sweet smile. For they say you are taking the sunshine that brightens our pathway of wine. Okay, we're going to stop at that point and move on to our next lessons, where I introduce some more songs and perhaps a minor.